Welcome to another edition of the Pioneers Coach Show. I'm Jason Pennington, joined by head football coach Ryan Munz. Before we review the UW-Whitewater victory and look ahead to UW Stout, let's take a few minutes and look at the plays of the day.
Two receivers right, single receiver left for Lewandowski on this 3rd and 7. Sets up a screen, it's high, and it's intercepted! The Pioneers pick it off at the 16-yard line. And UW-Platteville at the 16 off the right hash mark catcher. Play action, throwing for the end zone, caught! Touchdown, Platteville! The Pioneers! Bunch formation, trips left for Whitewater. Lewandowski back to pass, and it's intercepted! It is picked off by the Pioneers! One man to beat for Colton Ingram, he's in!
No flags.
Touchdown, Platteville! Here's the placement. The kick is up. It is going to be good. Andrew Schweigert from 44 yards away. Gets the snap, back to throw. He's in trouble. He's hit and he is sacked. The ball comes loose and it doesn't matter. It's a turnover on downs. And the Pioneers will take it over inside the 20 with a minute 54 to play in the 4th quarter, and Platteville leading 17-13. Braden Ketcher will drop to a knee, and for the 3rd time this season, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville has defeated a ranked opponent. For the first time since 2004, they have defeated UW-Whitewater here in the George Christ Memorial Bowl. Your final score, UW-Platteville 17, number 3, UW-Whitewater 13. The Miners Axe is coming home to Platteville.
Welcome back to the Coaches Show, and that final play that they just saw or heard, if you're listening on the radio on Saturday, is you guys celebrating with this beautiful piece of hardwood right here. How exciting was it just to get your hands on that again?
It's pretty awesome. It's part of the team goals, and we talked about it from day one, and bring the pickaxe home is going to be a thing and a theme in our program, and is able to do it, and it really helps us create a belief system that we're here to stay.
Yep, first time since 2004, and hate to age you again, Coach Munz, but you were a sophomore.
Yeah,
on that.
it's on there. Yeah,
you need to fix it.
Yeah,
right
we'll get it fixed. Yeah, we'll get that thing ready to rock and roll.
You were a sophomore, and I was a grad student,
sure,
coaching baseball, and I was on the sidelines for that game as well. So it was definitely a thrown victory, and I went back and I was looking at some plays, and last year, you guys lost so many close games, and I always heard the players after the game talking to their parents or talking amongst themselves, like, if I made this play or if I made that play. And it's just not the 4th quarter plays that are magnified. It's the plays in the 1st, 2nd quarter that is winning that can win a game. And there's 2 plays in particular I think about is you're backed up against your own goal line on Sam Smith has a 2nd interception. You're on the 1, 3rd and 9. Well executed quarterback draw, 1st down, got you outside your goal post, moved it a little bit farther, and then another play, Towles brings down their running back, one-on-one. He doesn't make that play. That's 6 for Whitewater. Talk about those plays that don't get the credit they deserve.
Yeah, there were a number of plays that we tried to execute last year, and they went for touchdowns, right? Or we dropped the ball, or we weren't able to dig that thing out, and so you obviously got to learn from your past, and the fun part is that the guys took that for fuel, learned from their mistakes, and now we're able to execute it. And part of that is necessary because it helps you obviously win, but welcome to the learning curve. I mean, so many times we look at we can't do this, we can't do that, and that's not available. We just need another shot. And we finally got the shot, and the guys were able to do what they're supposed to do.
And creating those plays and executing those plays that put you into a position. Now, you have a lot of smart kids on your team. You have a lot of engineers. They're not dumb at math. They're very good at math. So they can look at the standings. They know what's ahead of them.
Sure.
You're the only team in the conference that controls your own destiny. You don't need any help. All you have to do is take care of your business. How is that a positive and what could be maybe a negative from knowing that?
Sure. I mean, hangover games are real, right? And we spend a lot of time talking about the past, and you got to acknowledge that to know where you're going. But we talk in the challenge, I guess, is all year we've been the underdog. What's it like to be on top? And when you're on top and you're successful, people are continuing to shoot arrows at you and try to take you down. And so that's the challenge. Just because we did this doesn't mean our goals are finished. And we want to win a conference championship, and that's part of the next goal for us, and that's attainable now.
Yep, the next roadblock in trying to get to that goal is UW Stout. The Blue Devils come in 4-3 overall, 2-2 in the WIC. Another high-powered offense. What are you seeing on film? And the keys to victory are the same as always, probably.
Yep, always, yeah. But they got some cats. They got some dudes that can make you worry about where you're at in the field, and long hitters. They got a quarterback that's been around forever, and there's two guys that played a lot of football together, and you do one wrong thing and one wrong step, that thing goes for 65 yards.
All right, Coach, I appreciate the time. We're going to bring in Coach Bauder here for a second.
Awesome.
The defense has been playing awesome, so we give Diane a little credit here.
Lights out, man. But that thing doesn't happen without him.
Best of luck against the Blue Devils, and we'll talk to you again real soon, all right?
All right, thanks, Pid.
You're watching the Pioneer Coaches Show. Coming up next is an interview with defense coordinator Dan Bauder.
Back on the left side of the line, and the running back Edmondson next to Lewandowski in the backfield. Another handoff, this time met right at the line by Smith, and they'll drop him for a loss. Three-step drop, throws it in, is swatted down at the line. A big play made by Jack Deetson, getting the paws up to knock that one to the turf. On the near side, Edmondson in the backfield with Lewandowski. Platteville has two down linemen, two standing, and 2-point stances on this play action. Trying to get through, Lewandowski throwing, and it's going to be intercepted again! This time at the 1-yard line, and the Pioneers stop the drive right at the 1. Getting that done in the trenches. Really one game where they didn't have a lot of success with it. There's a handoff and an offensive line there to eat up the play. Just as we talked, there is a tight end up, Zach Sherman, who sets up in a fullback spot as they fake the handoff. Back, Lewandowski to throw, lots of time, throws it across the middle, it's intercepted! The 4th pick of the game, and Platteville returns it into plus territory, and a tackle out of bounds is going to give them extra 15 yards on the play. For Whitewater, 4th and 7 from the Platteville 38. Lewandowski, the quarterback. Platteville rushes 3 on the play, trouble, and he's going to be hit, and he's going to be sacked on the play! Back at the 47-yard line, Justin Blazik and others make the play, and it's a turnover on downs. Back to the Pioneers. The defense does it again. Right, Warhawks. Set up, Lewandowski goes back to throw. Under pressure, he's sacked! He is sacked! He is tripped up on the play as he is taken down by the Pioneers. Aiden Sproul with the sack.
Yep. Welcome back to the Pioneer Coaches Show. I'm joined by defense coordinator Dan Bauder. Coach Bauder, your defense has really just played lights out this year. You're second in the conference in yards allowed, sacks, and INTs. Last year, you guys took some lumps. A lot of the guys are back. What has been the mindset of your defense and allows them to perform on the field?
Well, all those guys have played last year. They've all been through the fire. Sometimes experience can be a cruel teacher, and we went through the thick and thin, and a lot of thin last year, and our guys learned from it, and either you can let that experience make or break you, and our guys have allowed it to help them progress.
Yeah, your defense made a lot of big plays against UW-Whitewater in that 17-14 victory. 4 interceptions versus Evan Lewandowski. He won't be sending you any holiday gifts in the near future because your defense also picked him off 6 times against UW-Lacrosse, and they had opportunities to get 3-4 last week as well. Your defense backs are playing really well, but it all starts up front. You got Tyler Bacon, Justin Blazik putting the pressure on and forcing those throws to get those guys in position, aren't they?
Those 2 guys, I think, are probably the best 2 defensive ends in our league. They get to be complemented by a couple other guys inside, Reese Shelton, Aiden Sproul. We do a number of different things to try to help those guys get one-on-ones, and Bacon and Blaze go and they win.
Now, there's a lot of plays that you could highlight from the UW-Whitewater game, but the 2 fourth down stops late in the fourth quarter, Blazik bacon. Their names are being blasted out of the loudspeaker. They had that mentality is that they weren't going to let Whitewater beat you guys. You guys went out and said, we're going to win this game for us, didn't they?
Yeah, those two guys, they just continue to show up. And they're the leaders of our defense. They do a great job of, just always running to the ball. That if you ever just watch those guys when they're away from plays, they're not making the play. They're the dudes that are sprinting in pursuit angles and setting the tone for the rest of the group. So they do a great job, and obviously we're lucky to have those guys.
Yeah, and Blazik, he contributes on special teams as well. There was a punt return or a kick return, I can't remember what. There was a penalty in the play, but it was close to being broken for a touchdown return. Yeah. And Blazik defeats 3 blocks and gets him to the ground at the 50, but obviously the play didn't matter because of the penalty. But just effort plays like that is all 11 guys that are out there during a play, they're all showing that, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch some of the actual tape of our guys running around, you'll see, especially in the Whitewater game at times, somebody's getting loose. You're seeing 8, 9, 10 guys get to the ball. And that's something that we preach in our offices in here. And, it's one thing for me to talk about it and the rest of the coaches to talk about it. They got to go do it. And they have ever since that they've been here. So it's been fun.
UW Stouts next, another high-powered offense. Seems like that's a week-in, week-out thing in the WIC. You're going to face an experienced quarterback, a well-coached team.
Yep.
What are you seeing from the defensive side, and how are you going to attack their offense?
Well, you get done playing a team like Whitewater that you feel like, hey, these are probably some of the best skill guys and the best quarterback that you're going to see in our league, and you take a breath, and then you go and you look and you see Stouts. Skill kids are, again, probably some of the best in the league. Their quarterback and one of their receivers have been starting since 2018, so they got a ton of experience. They're a scary group. They're a home run group. They're going to hit big plays down the field, and our secondary is going to be tested again this week. There's no time to rest.
And they should be pretty used to. They've been tested pretty often all year long. You guys had one of the toughest schedules in the country, if not, obviously the WIC. So it should be a good one, and I want to thank you for joining me. I knew you'd take some time away from scheming for this week, but best of luck against the Blue Devils, all right?
Yeah, we'll see if we can go slow them down.
Let's do it. You're watching the Pioneer Coaches Show. I'm Jason Pinkton. That was Dan Bauder. Ryan Munz was before. You got Blue Devils and Pioneers coming up.